Okay, so I have a lot of fucking shit to say, bro. Oops, I just fucked up. I have a lot of fucking shit to say right now. The NFL is one of the most fucking rigged leagues that I've ever seen in my entire life. TJ Watt just got robbed of Defensive Player of the Year again in 2024 for the 2023 season. Right now, I want you to. I'm going to read these stats to you right now, okay? For this season, just for this season. Okay, games played: T.J. Watt 17, Myles Garrett 16. Whatever. Interceptions: T.J. Watt, Myles Garrett 0. Pass deflections: T.J. Watt 8, Myles Garrett 3. Tied for forced fumbles at 4. T.J. Watt 19 sacks, Myles Garrett 14 sacks. Total tackles: T.J. Watt 68, Myles Garrett 42. Solo tackles: T.J. Watt 48, Myles Garrett 33. Assisted tackles: 20 for TJ, 9 for Myles Garrett, 19 TFLs for TJ, 17 for Myles Garrett. And you know what? Just so I can finish my fucking rant, I'm gonna throw on some TJ Watt highlights, bro. We're gonna watch TJ Watt absolutely dominate whatever your fucking favorite team is, because this is what he does, man. This is what you call a game wrecker, bro. I like it just doesn't make sense to me how the NFL can even make money off of shit like this when it's not even close. The stats I showed you, the comparison, it's not even close, bro. TJ Watt is just clearly the defensive player of the year over Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett, I'm not saying he's a bad player, right? He's a good player. And I'm not even a Browns fan. I can admit Myles Garrett is a good player. The issue is that he is not a better player, and especially did not have a better season than TJ Watt. Like, I understand that Myles Garrett was on the number 1 rated defense in the entire league, but that does not factor in, that should not factor into the defensive player of the year. The defensive player of the year should be the player that made the most plays on defense and had the best defensive season of the year. And even if you're not going to give it to TJ Watt, okay, even if you're not, Myles Garrett still didn't have a better season than Micah Parsons. Hold on, let me pull up Myles Garrett versus Micah Parsons stats, bro, cuz even fucking Micah Parsons had a better season than Myles Garrett. Hold on. It's like the NFL just doesn't. Here we go. Stats pros. All right, here we go. Okay. Most recent season, games played: Micah 17, Myles Garrett 16. Neither of them had an interception. Myles Garrett had 1 more pass deflection, 3 more forced fumbles. They were tied for sacks. However, total tackles: Micah Parsons 64 total tackles. Myles Garrett had 42. Micah Parsons 36 solo tackles to Myles Garrett 33. Micah Parsons 28 assisted tackles to Myles Garrett's 9, and 18 tackles for loss for Micah for Myles compared to Myles Garrett's 17. Bro, it's just it's not something that you can just like throw out there and say, oh, it happened, it's whatever, right? No, it can't be that. That can't be the case. If you watch, kind of like I was talking about when I reacted to that Browns versus Texans playoff game. When you watch the highlights, there is 0 Myles Garrett plays. Maybe one. Sometimes you don't even realize he's on the field because of how bad he gets blocked or how dominated he is by the offensive player that he's going up against. Laramie Tunsil absolutely dominated Myles Garrett. Absolutely dominated Myles Garrett, and it wasn't even close, bro. It was not even close. And the issue is that it's not just this year. It's every single freaking year TJ Watt is looked over by Myles Garrett. Like, it doesn't make any sense. TJ Watt is a better player. He makes more plays. He's more important to the defense. TJ Watt could have been in the MVP conversation if the Steelers were a much better team. But the issue is, if the Browns are a better team, Myles Garrett is not in the MVP conversation. It's not Myles Garrett. He's not the one pushing his team over the top. He wasn't the one that got the fucking Browns back in the playoff race. It was Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco was the one that got the Browns into the playoff race. They got them a chance to be in the playoffs. It was not Myles Garrett. It was not what Myles Garrett did. It wasn't anything that he was able to do in terms of his abilities on the fucking field. It was none of that, bro. It wasn't. But if you watch the Steelers season, you realize that the only reason the Steelers made the playoffs is because of probably 2 things. Number 1, the firing of Matt Canada. And number 2, TJ Watt. If TJ Watt does not have the season that he had, making all these plays against all these teams, the Steelers aren't even close to a playoff appearance. They're not even close. And you saw how bad we missed him in the playoff game. In the game against the Bills, we didn't have TJ Watt. We had no pressure on the quarterback. Our defense was a problem, and there was not many plays that we were able to make on defense that we normally would make, just having his presence be there. Just having his presence is something that you notice. You can feel the game difference when he's in the game, bro. You can feel it, and it makes no sense to me to why Myles Garrett would even be considered to be the defensive player of the year when TJ Watt does what he does for his team. God, man. It's so bad, NFL. It's so bad. It's so bad. I'm done.